All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's NASCAR Quick Hit here at SHIPIT Nation. I am Eric, also known as TheGame on Discord, and today we'll be discussing the Ally 400 taking place at the Nashville Superspeedway. As always, please go ahead and hit that like button, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. It really does go an incredibly long way in helping us with the YouTube algorithm. All right, before we break down the Ally 400 taking place at the Nashville Superspeedway, let me mention code FGWC15. That's right, code FGWC15 in honor of our very own ToeTagginTambo and Hoopster, making it to the Fantasy Golf World Championships, which is happening this weekend at the Rocket Mortgage. We are offering 15% off any monthly or annual membership plan here at SHIPIT Nation. And of course, you know, that includes expert content, amazing projections, amazing tools, a wonderful, wonderful community. I love everybody in our Discord server. Fantastic education courses from the fellas. And of course, you know, we cover the NFL, NBA, PGA, MMA, UFC 303 is quite literally happening right now as I'm recording this video. NHL, MLB, college football is right around the corner. And of course, while we're all here, NASCAR. So once again, that is code FGWC15 for 15% off any monthly or annual membership plan at SHIPIT Nation. All right, this week the race is on the NBC network in the US. So once again on broadcast TV in the US and still on TSN5 in Canada. Green flag is at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. Lord's time zone. This weekend, there are 300 laps, which equals out to 210 total Dominator points up for grabs this weekend on DraftKings. And of course, we will want to target those Dominator points. This week, I'm personally going to be rolling with at least 2 Dominators per lineup. And why don't we go ahead and speak about some of those possible Dominators? First up, let me go ahead and pull up my screen share here. Bam! All right, so let's go ahead and break down the Ally 400 at Nashville. So first, let's go ahead and discuss practice. This week, the NASCAR Cup Series ran 2 separate practice sessions with Groups A and Groups B. Let's all pause and boo NASCAR for that decision. Boo! And because of this decision from NASCAR, I will mostly be ignoring these practice results here at Nashville. And actually, just looking at this, I think I have to re-input the practice results to the stone, as it looks like it cut off some of the times. But the reason I will be mostly ignoring the practice results from Saturday is the drivers in Group A had a tremendous advantage over the drivers of Group B. I don't have the proper practice data in front of me right now, but I want to say 14 of the top 15 drivers on the speed charts on of practice were all from Group A, right? So Group A absolutely had better track conditions than Group B. So if you will or do like to use practice speeds to help narrow down your practice pool, I would highly recommend only comparing those drivers in Group A to other drivers in Group A and vice versa, only comparing drivers in Group B to other drivers in Group B. So that's it from practice. And the only other thing I want to talk about before we get discussing some drivers is the weather. The opposite of what we dealt with last week. Last week at New Hampshire, we were dealing with possible rain and storms and potential rain tire usage. That's not going to be the case on Sunday at Nashville. It is going to be hot. Hot. They have been, and by they, I'm meaning NASCAR media, NASCAR podcasts, etc., have really been mentioning how hot the weather is going to be during Sunday's race at Nashville. Does that mean anything to us, the DFS player? No, not really. However, when the temperatures go up, the tracks get slicker, meaning the drivers will slip slide around a little bit more than what they're normally used to. That could mean for increased passing and a better race for all of us just to watch, right? So I don't think I would build or anything in mind with the weather's going to be hot, so there's going to be all this crazy passing, etc. But I do anticipate a bit of a more of exciting race than maybe we normally would get, say, at a Nashville. So weather and heat is a big storyline for Sunday's race. Also, Nashville is a relatively new track to the NASCAR Cup Series schedule. This is only this will be the fourth race. They had 3 previous races starting in 2021. Kyle Larson, Young Money himself, won the first race here at Nashville in 2021. Now, please remember, 2021 was not yet the next gen era, so I don't like to build projections or really look back too far, but he did win the first race here in 2021, and he is still like one of the best race car drivers in the world. And then Chase Elliott and Ross Chastain won the first 2 next-gen races here at Nashville. And one thing to note is those 3 winners all started within the top 5. Will we see that on Sunday? It wouldn't surprise me, Bob. Wouldn't surprise me. All right. Drivers I would like to highlight, and I'm going to be cheap, not cheap figuratively. I'm going to start off with the pole sitter and the driver starting in 3rd place. I'm going to group them together. And truthfully, I can even start with the driver who's starting in 4th place as well. And that would be Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell. Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell are both from the Joe Gibbs Racing stable. And I believe, yes. Well, no, Larson's plus 500, Denny's plus 550. But second odds-on favorite to win the race this weekend at Denny at plus 550 at the time of this recording. Pole sitter, track type fits him great. Christopher Bell has been on an absolute tear these past few weekends. This track type also suits him great. It would not surprise me at all to see either Denny Hamlin or Christopher Bell lead the vast majority of stage 1 on Sunday. And I didn't have this in my notes, but I would be foolish not to mention Kyle Larson here as well. Larson starts 4th, 10,500. He is Vegas's odds-on favorite to win on Sunday. The weather's going to be hot and slick. I think I kind of want drivers who know how to slip slide and round a racetrack, and Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell know how to do just that. So Denny Hamlin does too, but Larson and Bell and Denny Hamlin are my first 3 drivers I wanted to shout out here. Next up on my list is the old king of concrete, Chase Elliott. Chase is $9,700 on DraftKings and is starting 13th. Now, if you remember just a few minutes ago, I mentioned that this is only the fourth next-gen race here, or the fourth race, the third next-gen race here at Nashville. And Chase Elliott won one of those first two next-gen races here. And for the race he didn't win, well, he finished that race fourth from a 13th starting position. Chase starts 13th on Sunday and could potentially go overlooked. There's a lot of studs, namely Hamlin, Bell, Larson, starting above him. But 9,700 on DraftKings for that upside, I'll take it. I'll take it. Now, I would normally pivot to my bargain bin drivers of the week, but I wanted to also mention Joey Logano. I haven't heard anybody mention Joey this week, and I'm not entirely sure why. Team Penske does excellent at these at this kind of track. Nashville is a concrete 1.3 mile, 1 mile flat short track. They're using the short track package. NASCAR is using the short track package on the car, but the track is called the Super Speedway, even though it's not, and there's no drafting. I don't know. I watch NASCAR my entire life. It confuses the ever-loving daylights out of me why they call this place a Super Speedway. But anyway, Joey Logano, Team Penske, 26th on Sunday, 8,600 on DraftKings, plus 2,200 on the books. This track type fits him well. Recent form has been trending well. Still hunting for that first points win of the season to make sure he's locked into the playoffs. Joey has every reason in the world to be motivated to win this race on Sunday. Will he do it from 26th? I don't know. Should he give us some nice place differential? I surely hope so. He has previous finishes here of 19th and 9th at the next gen era. So I'm willing to roll the dice on old sliced bread Joey Logano this weekend. And now, last but certainly not least, my bargain bin play of the weekend. And I'm going to pause for 3 seconds and give you guys a chance to guess who I'm going to say. If you would have said Justin Haley, you would be correct. Once again, 5,600 on DraftKings. Why? Why? Now, there is a little bit of, I don't want to say drama going on with Justin Haley, but he, and by he, I mean his team, Rick Ware Racing, was caught doing unapproved adjustments to the car. And they were caught before qualifying began on Saturday. And NASCAR announced that they've been penalized and they kicked out the car chief and they did that and they won't have any pit selection and they'll be starting the race at the rear of the field. However, then they allowed Justin Haley to actually run qualifying. He only qualified 33rd. So the story going around, and from what I gather from the different news sources, is that Justin Haley and his team did receive a penalty and will still be falling to the rear of the field for Sunday's race. However, the reason NASCAR went from originally not allowing them to post any qualifying laps and then allowing them to do so is because the drivers start the race on the tires they qualified on. So if he would not have posted any official speed, he would technically have like what, a 2 or 3 lap advantage on his tires compared to everybody else. Would that be that big of an advantage for Justin Haley and Rick Ware Racing to have a 2 or 3 lap tire advantage at the start of the race? Probably not, but I guess props to NASCAR for nipping that in the bud before finally doing it. So Justin will be dropping to the rear of the field to begin the race. However, it's only 5 spots. He's being credited as starting 33rd. If he starts from the rear, that's going to be 38th. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to pass Chad Fincham in fairly quick succession, and then hopefully be able to work his way up the field from there. Justin Haley has been so impressive this season, all things considered, right? For the team he's on and for the equipment he's driving, et cetera, et cetera. Again, I have high hopes again for him on Sunday. And I think that's all I have. Yes, that is all I have. All right, so let me once again mention code FGWC15 in honor of the Bossmen, ToeTagginTambo, and the Hoopster in their Fantasy Golf World Championship berth, which is taking place this weekend at the Rocket Mortgage in old Detroit City. Code FGWC15 gives you 15% off any monthly or annual membership plan here at SHIPIT Nation. Also, one thing on a personal note I want to mention, I'm going golfing on Sunday. So I anticipate the content being up and ready first thing bright and early in the morning. And I might not be as responsive, at least in the morning, to any Discord tags, though there is fairly bad rain and thunderstorms in my area. So there's a chance I don't get on the course at all tomorrow. So I did want to mention that if you tag me on a question on Discord tomorrow and I don't respond as quickly as I normally do, it's just because I'm trying to hit a little white ball in a field in central Pennsylvania. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Good luck this weekend. And as always, let's ship it.